Hi, hello everyone, welcome. It's me, Chrono JJ, watching some more recorded games from the Athenian League. I am, of course, Chrono JJ. I'm the one who runs this league. I'm essentially the dad of the league. Playing the league, run the league. This is season 2. We are watching a match from one of the middle divisions. Athenian League's divided into 3 divisions: upper, middle, and lower. If you want to give a name to them, you can. But we're in one of the 2 middle divisions. We are watching DarthNox. Down here in the bottom is Gaia. And Kiber up here in the top in the red color. And I am a little bit familiar with DarthNox. I've seen him play before on Old Age Mythology. But I am not familiar at all with Kiber. He's a new player, or at least new to me, here on Retold. And has been doing at least the start of his season in the Athenian League. Has been pretty decent. He's been doing pretty well. And we are in match of 3 on Anatolia. As we fast forward our game here, we're watching Gaia versus Zeus. Docking both sides of the water. It's probably pretty standard, I would think. You don't see a lot of Anatolia getting picked in this tournament. Most people tend to prefer just a bunch of land maps. You know, I just realized the other day that Demeter's Throne, which makes certain buildings build faster and cost less, I did not know it was for houses. And that's pretty solid. Houses are cost less and built faster. That's a decent relic for someone like me that will often be housed and then have to panic build a house that makes the houses build so fast. Other relics are Canopic Jar of Obscenity, which makes infantry train faster. Tower of Cestus adds damage to myth units. Don't see that used much at all, if ever. And I don't know what the last one is. What's that one? We are also building a dock on the bottom. Some very slow age ups for both players. I would generally think both players should be aged up by now. So now that we've reached the classical age, we can slow it down a little bit. Got a military barracks up through Oceanus for DarthNox, member of the Deities of Death clan. And then Kiber went up with Athena. Typically here we see some fast heroics, which, yeah, that's definitely what we're seeing from Kiber. Though, does he have an armory or a market? He doesn't. He could really be aging up now if he wanted to. Time's of the essence. I think he'd like to be a little bit faster than this. You can see some Murmillo coming out pretty early on for our Gaia player. Also getting Bite of the Shark. It's a really good technology. 5% more damage, but the big thing is this divine damage poison it adds. So each attack essentially does 0.75 more. Yeah, 0.75 divine, which can't be, isn't blocked. Scout is dead. Now we have our armory, and now we have Dionysius aged up. I am going to maybe, I don't know, it might be kind of loud. I got this that bar I'm really wanting to get into. Let me make sure everything's set up okay here. Looks like it. Yep. So not a whole lot of action from this top sign. We're going to go into military academies, probably Hippaspis. Ooh, Harmonious Necklace increases gold gather rate. It's pretty solid. DarthNox should maybe realize, hey, I should probably come forward or at least see what the opponent is doing, because got all these resources in the bank and just not doing anything with them. Building a manor. Yeah, this is a very peaceful game here. We got fishing right next to each other.
Skopos?
8-minute age up. Probably a little slower than what it needs to be. This thing is so crazy strong. It's so good. It's like the best water myth unit by far in Heroic Age. No, it should turn an attack. We bolted something over here. Not really sure what. Hoplite's coming over to clean up some docks. And we've got this blue mass over here chasing down the Minotaur. I'd like to see a skillet come over on this side. There it is. I've been dragged away by the fishing ship. This is why I'd like to see a fast heroic from DarthNox as well, because I mean he would get a myth unit that does some attack bonus to enemy myth units. But you kind of have to have that ready to go, because now this thing's got 3 heads, and good luck. Also losing water on this side as well, and this army of Vermillo that he's got running around somewhere hasn't done anything yet. Will kill a hoplite. Who's faster? 4.9, 4.8, 4.5. Why are they so fast? Oh, Zeus. I forgot. Zeus makes them faster. I like the whole grows heads while attacking kind of concept. It's just, you gotta be very careful with it, because like with the Scylla, if it grows heads too easily, it gets way too strong. If it doesn't grow heads easily enough, it's just stuck on one head for a while and then just weak. Dragging the bears in. Looks like DarthNox wants this. Oh, he just not quite get what he needed. Dryads fighting a town center being grabbed. I'm not so sure about that one, but it's taking a nice fight here. Some of these hoplites would have been a lot better being the Hippaspis that I was kind of talking about earlier. Resto being used. I mean, you kind of, yeah, you might as well just stay in it. Got the Hero Mamillo getting turned nicely onto the skill, the Hydra over here. Didn't kill it though, but this is a close fight. It's hard though. He's fighting up attack essentially, or down attack. Heavy hoplite, which gives an extra like 15% hit points and 20% damage. So that's a super big technology that DarthNox, he's just too far behind here because he just aged up too slowly. So yeah, he's kind of had to take that fight, or he'd lose his town center. Probably one of those things where if you're behind in age, and behind especially this heavy tech, maybe don't do something that requires you to fight until you've got your own heavy technology. Infantry only challenge. Interesting to be getting the Contarius upgrades behind this. Like, I think you'd just want to lean more. You'd want to still lean into your Mermillos. But yeah, no food really on the water really is pretty bad for DarthNox. He's got to use a little bit more of the force here to figure out what he needs to do. Gotta repair this thing up quick. Hurry up. Yeah, then just loses the town center, so that hurts. And doesn't even really get to kill a whole lot on the way out either. Just a few hoplites. Would be good if he can pick off this the Hydra here. Oh, we do have a pretty important fight here, but I think there's just enough hoplites here to win this fight, because again, we're still not even heavy. Medium and medium against a heavy unit. Dryads will tank for a while, though. Another restoration. Yeah. Finally gets heavy, but it's... Why fight that before you even have heavy in? I'm not sure. I still have 69 favor. 6 prime. How long of the restoration? So available in a minute and a half. Yeah, at this point, DarthNox's only hope is to push through this. But he's way behind in military production. Got quite the trees, though. We have the Zeus getting ready to age up here. Well, look out. Hide in the... Hide. Okay. Do some damage here, a little bit on the way out. I think you gotta fight behind, though. Has a decent army, does DarthNox. Like, if he wouldn't have taken that bad first fight, back when he kind of came out a little bit too early, you know, he might be in a spot where he could be winning this big fight here. But yeah, this is the big one. Really needs to win this because we've got Mythic Age will be coming up here soon. Got, oh, here comes Bronze. I don't think you can fight into the Bronze. And then we'll even have a Restoration as well. You know, I'd turn and fight a little bit here. But yeah, the Bronze and Restoration should be able to hold it long enough to... Lightning Storm just finishes the game off. Doesn't have a farming upgrade. Did you lose this town center again? Looks like it. Look at all this stuff just ready to go. Almost out of gold in his base. Okay. Lots of units here killing the villagers, though, and there's not enough fighting against the army. I guess killing the villagers is nice and everything, but... And these Dryads tank for a long time. And the military pop's a little bit deceiving because these Dryads don't take population. But yeah, we've got Lightning Storm just some seconds away, and that will that will do some work here. Basically just force the fight if you're Kiber, cast Lightning Storm, and that is probably the game. Really nicely done by Kiber here. He hasn't really screwed anything up. Pretty solid game plan here. Now what? Like if you fight, you just have Lightning Storm cast on you. Like in order to combat Lightning Storm, you basically have to have your implode ready. Bird takes the first hit. Okay, he actually didn't take as much damage as I would have thought, but he's going to lose his villagers up here in the back end. So yeah, he was able to run away from the Lightning Storm radius. Kiber would have gotten just a little bit more out of it if he would have like fought with them when he used Lightning Storm. But it doesn't matter. We got champion hoplites with quite a few upgrades. They'll just roll through just about everything. DarthNox is out of gold, stuck in... Oh, he has gold over here. Does Kiber even know about this gold mine? Yeah, he does. Just isn't checking it. Doesn't really matter. Champion hoplites, that's a ton of stats for an average infantry unit. Here comes a bronze. We'll also have a resto. You just gotta fight it. A little bit of some poor... Oh, there it is. Alright, game one. Just kind of a pretty straightforward win the water with your Skilla. Come forward with your infantry. Took in first fight here, and then just kind of snowballed from there. It all really went down to that first fight back in when DarthNox was grabbing that town center. He had to fight before he was ready. Right here, before his text came in. Just took a really bad fight. And then just couldn't quite do it from there. Yeah, just too late for doing really kind of nothing in Classical Age. Just too late to hit Heroic. That should give him a win. That's Kiber. Then we'll go to game two. On the old Ghost Lake, it looked like to me, and the, yep. Alrighty, we got Thor here. From Zeus to Thor, he has to change because he won game one. DarthNox can stay as Gaia because he lost. Can't repeat a god you've won with. So, that's how we got to where we're at here. Lots of goats on Ghost Lake. Typical map here. Land map. Was in the original version. Pretty similar to the original version, just has more food in the base like every single map. In Age of Mythology now has more food in the base. Like it or don't. It's here. Food in the base. Our first relic sighting is 5% hero speed. It's always a nice one. Speed's the most important stat of a unit. Why? Okay. Heroizing. If your unit is not where it needs to be, then it does no damage. That speed gets it there a little bit sooner. And wow, here's another hero relic. 10% lifesteal. These are actually two pretty good relics to combo up here. Faster and lifesteal. Get a free scout. That's not bad at all either. And I assume our Thor is doing that kind of slower temple build. Oh, he's got some swag here, building his temple at a different position. And he's aging up a little bit slower, but he's Thor. He's aging up with a lot more villagers. Doesn't say it on the stat line because Atlantean kind of cheats and gets ahead a little bit with villagers. But yeah, don't be distracted. This is... Oh, I want to fix this ox cart just a little bit. This guy really didn't want to drop off at that one. What are we seeing here? DarthNox is aged up. 3 military buildings. Getting a couple straggling goats, and this is, oh, cavalry speed. That's another good tech. He has a hero Contarius. Do both of those aura relics affect? I'll bet they do. So theoretically, there's 3 relics on the board here to affect Hero Contarius, if he were to make Hero Contarius. Leave himself a little bit open here. I would suggest a wall. Looks like that's what he's doing. Gunnar Thorbjarnsen. I am happy they left the randomized names in. I think he was getting this relic. There's another relic down here. Did he grab that one? Yeah, the Bridle of Pegasus Scouts. DarthNox got that one. He hasn't got this one yet. That's a nice relic. Looks like he's grabbing the relics now. The speed relics are good. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that when he built these 3 buildings, now 4, that he can't support the production from all 4. So probably could have just cut one. Not a big deal. But he needs to do something. I mean, you're playing against Thor, who will get a slower slower start to the game because of the Dwarven Mine build, where he gets a few extra villagers. But kind of need to take advantage of that. Well, we do have the wood or the hunt over there. Is there a hole? There is. Very brave to be out here, but see, DarthNox has no idea where he's even at. Gotta do something. It's kind of funny. This wall is kind of like telling him, hey, there's something up here that you want to attack. But it's not actually true. There's nothing up here. Everything he wants to attack is here, because DarthNox would win this fight right now. But he's tricked by this wall. He thought there'd be something up here. We could maybe make these units go idle a little bit. Do we have... So the Berserks... That's a nice... 20%. And Holothane's also nice too. We get on these berries a little bit, but yeah, you would have liked to have as DarthNox to kind of realize what's down there. And this Herseer is randomly gone into the base. I think he's trying to get these relics that have already been picked up. Oh. You went all the way up there just to retreat? Is he gonna come down here and check these hunt now? It's kind of late. Now Kiber's just gonna retreat through this wall. But we got the mine here. Without using Dwarven Mine yet. You gotta know that the mine's gone in the base, and if there hasn't been a dwarven mine yet. Gotta be coming over here. He's kind of coaxed this troll out. He could probably surround it. Oh, would have liked to have killed it. Yeah, this is where you need to be. You have, well, you don't have the numbers anymore because it took too long. How must you come up here? Oh no, he's just running all the way back. Really wants to hit like a little bit of a push over here, I think, but I think our blue player isn't really far behind. Slow down, Pegasus. Yeah, the Thor will probably be aging up here soon too, yeah. 3 food away. So really not far behind at all. As we had some early aggression and then just sitting. Markman, you gotta be thinking you gotta at least pressure, right? Interesting that it has the barracks sound from the Egyptian barracks. And this is the old longhouse sound effect. Comes the medium berserk. Ooh. Quick on that. These will be annoying. See, does DarthNox react by defending with his entire army? Yeah, he does. So that basically continues to give Kiber just run of the entire map. Just sets his whole army to try to defend. Look at this crazy little hill here. It's got a palace built. Yeah, decent. Is he trying to go up with a vortex, or I always call it vortex, and implode? Just need some more gold. I mean, you could hit a pretty decent timing for a implode. Come on, I think he wants to. Surely that's what you're doing, right? Now your army is way out of position, though. Yep, here comes implode. He's gonna lose this fortress because his entire army was, for some unknown reason, way over here. Shouldn't have happened. This repair speed, though, is pretty crazy. It's an expensive building that just goes down in flames like that. And the downside is, too, with implode, if you can't force the fight somewhere, Kiber could potentially just run away from it. Where did the Dwarven Mine get used? Oh, right here. Getting a few goatee, getting a town center. And now, yeah, with these fast berserks moving at 5.3 speed, they're pretty scary. They move around quick. Just so defensive. And if Kiber's smart, once he sees the mythic up, he just kind of avoids fighting in any one spot. Boy, these villagers are just so wide out in the open. Picks off one of them. How much time we got left on here? Not a ton of time left. So he's gonna try to force this fight here. You gotta... Yeah... Now you turn and fight. You turn and fight. You have to surprise him with the implode. Oh, he missed. Can he use it? Like back here? Oh, so he's just gonna run. Oh, he's gonna miss all these. That's too late. Half of the army gets away. And like you didn't even have to. You'd like to use that when like flaming weapons is going on. We've got a tier coming up. And we'll be able to kill this, so that's kind of a nice counter. You would have liked to have seen the entire army get sucked up, and the way you do that is if you're in position to use it right when you age up, so like his entire army. So like DarthNox is just a little bit too passive. But still he's in a decent spot. He's just got, you know, the response. Tier and flaming weapons is the response. Do we have enough for another Dwarven Mine? Yeah, we have plenty. Just wait till aging up to Mythic. Okay. Now what? He's probably just running your base, so you can use Dwarven Mine in your base once you age up. Alright. Not the end of the world, because he's only got one. He's only got one, you know, one set of stuff by a town center. But here's the big fight here. Got flaming weapons used. All these wolves did path over here. Surely you don't fight the flaming weapons. Boy, these wolves actually getting onto the yeah. And if he would have caught all of the units in the implode, there really wouldn't have been enough of a unit mass to cast flaming weapons on. We get a pretty solid gameplay here from DarthNox. Or, I mean, Kiber. Just not really any mistakes. I mean, Thor, so not... You know, not a... You know, Thor's an easy god here in, like, this kind of game to play because there's just been no pressure, so... Kiber's basically been able to do whatever he wants, and... You know, it's hard to make any mistakes when you have no pressure. Like, there's nothing to force you to mess up. And the champion berserks are going to be pretty scary with all their upgrades. Then every time one dies, he gets a favor too. So, like, we've kind of got infinite Dwarven Mine. You can cast another one if he wants to, or you can get another flaming weapons. So I don't know what DarthNox does at this point. I mean, I feel like Kiber pretty soon can just come in black gold. Yeah, just huge maths of berserks here. Few Huskarls. Nice little raid here. Watch out. Okay, good, good. This guy's moving pretty quick with the relic. Look how much gold he has. The gold gather weight with dwarves and dwarven mine is just nuts. Look how much gold he's getting. It's not even that many dwarves mining. Like this is noticeably slower with more villagers who have to be careful because DarthNox is just sitting in his base. And yeah, DarthNox is just if you're gonna look at this game and the first game and say, you know, what could DarthNox do to improve? Is just be a little more, have a little more presence on the map. I mean, he's just so much of the time his army's spent. Watch out here, yeah. So much of the game his army's spent just like sitting in his base. And now the one wolf here, I think, gets his entire army to defend against one wolf. Then he has to run from his town, or that gold mine, and come over here. And with Kiber grabbing this town center, DarthNox is going to be forced over just to this one side, and then Kiber will probably be able to win the big fight that's coming up here pretty soon. Just pure berserks. 155 favor. Does he cast another dwarven mine? Gets so much value out of it. I don't know if you need to though, because you got a mine right in your face. Yeah. Man, just the gather rate is nuts. Would like to see maybe some fanatics. These guys going in by themselves probably is not the recommended thing though. They kind of came in a little too early. But no armory upgrade. We don't even have the first attack upgrade for these guys. So these berserks kind of live forever. But this fight's actually going pretty well for DarthNox initially. I think these dryads are tanking a lot of damage. There's not really too many heroes. So nice fight here, actually, for DarthNox. That went a whole lot better than I would have thought. Maybe pure berserk isn't the way to go here. Maybe need some raiding cavalry. The crazy thing is losing all of that and then means he can cast another dwarven mine. So what does DarthNox do? He really could have maybe after that big win come over here and pressure that. Boy, would I like to see him get some of these armory techs, though. Like, the Thor player is working on iron weapons. And DarthNox has, I think, kind of forgotten about that. So we're on 23 minutes on a pretty slow-paced game here. Getting some trees here to get a little bit of lush going. 3 town centers to 3 now. Yeah, it does look like he's going to try to come over here maybe now and pressure this side. But you'd almost wonder if, I feel like the base teardown speed is better for Kiber, where now that he sees this army reacting here, he could run in and attack this and still defend over here. Looks like that's what he's going to do.
Yo.
I think he has time to kill this before DarthNox comes over. Well, it took him a little too long to get past the... Oh, we did get the upgrade for the fortified town center there. Ooh, trying to... Okay, yeah, just in time. A ton of heroes now, though. Got a random fire siphon. These champion Arcus, though, in the back are going to kind of rain down hellfire on the Huskarls a little bit. But yeah, I think the reinforcements will just come in too quickly for blue here. Maybe. I can't believe he's winning these fights without any armory upgrades. You'd like to move these guys though now. Yeah, just look how much these reinforcements are just coming in so crazy fast for Kiber. Like, wow, there's just so many resources for the Thor. I mean, he was down to like 112 population. And then just shoots right back up right away. And now we've got quite a few Huskarls out in this army too. And yeah, DarthNox just can't keep up with the military numbers here. It's just the Thor economy with the Dwarven Mine just out of control. How different was... Whew. That's nuts. You got to do something at some point around here. Just a difference in economy, 23,000 resources difference. I mean, like, really a pretty bad kill-death ratio when you look at it. But you can see, like, in this last fight, I mean, it looks like DarthNox, like, lost this fight pretty badly. He actually won it initially. But then just can't reinforce like Kiber could because of all the resources. And yeah, this is the point to miss. He just misses quite a bit of the units on the implode. Could have got a few more, but even by this point, it's almost too late. The damage needed to do something earlier. I don't know. It's a tough one. I don't know what the right answer is on that one, but gotta do something. Kiber takes a 2-0 lead. Can he get all 3 points in the series? And we're gonna eat a little bit of my candy bar. It's not really a candy bar. Running it back for a third time. Gaia again, this time against a Loki on the unknown. So Kiber's gotten 2 points this series. He's in the color red. DarthNox down here in blue is looking to get 1 point. So you play 3 matches, there are 3 games in each match, regardless of the score in the first 2. And you get 1 point for each win. So a 3-0 sweep is worth more than 2-1. Range soldiers, more hit points. Nice house over here. Kiber has some pretty solid fundamentals. I can see why he's doing well in the middle tier. He's got some pretty. It's hard to watch these first two. I mean, not hard to watch, but it's hard to point out like some obvious errors from him in these first two games. I mean, first one he was just going to go aggro with Scylla and then Hoplites infantry on the land. Did it. Second game was more defensive, just stay back, get a huge Thor economy, and then away he goes. Did it. And DarthNox has just been a little bit like a step behind on everything. So we'll see what he does here. Can he get at least 1 point? Got a back town center. I need back food. So the unknown looks like it spawned a pretty pretty straightforward map here. Actually, players, with the way the positioning are, like on some maps you could spawn like down here in the corner. Players are almost like a full screen length up from the corner. So they're a little bit closer to each other than on some maps like Oasis, where Oasis you can spawn right in the corner of the map. What this does, because they're further away from the corner, it means that the gold mine can spawn backwards, which they did. And we've got these units coming very far forward to hunt, and the Caladria did see that. So that gives Nox a spot to attack here. I would like to see him go at it. We'll slow it down as our first skirmishes should happen here soon. That's very brave to come forward to this. You might have to just leave. Get the Terma on the throwing axemen. There's not very many throwing axemen. Get a nice, yeah. This is a nice first fight, I think, for Darth here. And there's really just no reason for our. Oh, nice heal on this too. Oh wow, that's a really big first fight for Kiber. And this is kind, or not for Kiber, for DarthNox. This is kind of where you can see what the kind of the first mistake that Kiber makes in the series here, which is a fairly significant one. It's always risky to come forward to hunt right away, especially because its hunt isn't really that much slower than your in-base food because there's no walking time. Like, should have gone to the chicken at least first. Build up a little bit more of an army to get kind of your myth units to start going, but instead, Kiber takes a very poor decision to come out here and puts himself behind right away. A nice fight, nice pressure from DarthNox. And now he's coming forward on the tower here. Don't want to lose your Murmillo though. Yeah, I'd try to get at this. You know, get some. You know this is another spot. He's gonna need these berries soon. You'd really like to, if you're DarthNox, is to keep the pressure on that. But he's just being a little bit careful, getting a little bit of a manor network going to get the lush up here. But yeah, it's a strange idea to come forward on such a small map. But I would like to see DarthNox kind of push this a little bit, because these chickens are about done. And I mean, he's getting away with some hunt. I mean, this should have been the hunt. If he was going to go to hunt, this should have been the hunt that Kiber went to first. There's just no reason to go up here. None at all. And now he's on the elephant. Oh, nice. Oh, can he get around him? Oh, this is big too. Again, why go to this? Oh, he loses them all. Wow, that's basically game there. Wow, so two pretty noticeable, really avoidable mistakes here in game three by Kiber, like twice going out of his base to hunt when he didn't need to, and twice just getting absolutely punished for it. Those villagers died so fast too, as elephants like, Emermillo, they saved me. Thank you, friends. And a big fight here. Got, yeah, nice. You got two. You still got the first Carnivora in this game. Wow, this game's gonna be over so quick. Another big fight, big win for DarthNox, and wow. I mean, after the first two games, you come into this one thinking like, what in the world can DarthNox do in game three? And this was just an absolute bludgeoning by DarthNox. Wow, he first you don't succeed, try again, and he got it here in game three. This is the kind of the pressure that he needed in the first two games that just wasn't ever there. And he got it here. Took advantage of kind of a slightly smaller map as far as spawn distance from each other. And Kyber just a couple really poor decisions. Come to the hunt, and DarthNox punished him for it. DarthNox gets a much needed point in this series, so well done to him to get that one series. Nice to not have like a 3-0 sweep. Nice to see things staying, fairly close. But yeah, that's not the Loki game you want there. I mean, you got all this food in your base. Just the risk and the walking time just really isn't worth it right away. Just stay in your base, get on this food source, and you'll be all right. So, well, okay, well that's the end of that series. Let's take a look at the post game real quick. This is a pretty short one. Civilian units took a little death here, and then this is the big one. And then realizing there's Kyber that I'm just got to fight and win a fight here, and just fights underneath two Carnivora, and this is the result. Just a dominant performance here. Whew. In this last game here by DarthNox. So well done to DarthNox, and that's going to do it for us in this series tonight. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see all of you another time. Thanks for watching.